Hey folks, Gio here from the Red Letters Dialogues. Selective outrage. This is an image of an aborted baby. But guess what? Even though most Americans are pretty much worried and incensed, appropriately so, over the mass genocide unleashed in the United States since Roe v. Wade, and as this video is published, the Center for Medical Progress has published 4 videos showcasing that Planned Parenthood is in the business of selling aborted baby parts to the highest bidder. Most of the Hollywood elites, many politicians, and other famous talking heads are more worried about Cecil the Lion. That's right, Cecil the Lion, who was hunted by a dentist in Minnesota, whom has had to go into hiding now because many people are looking to annihilate him, showcasing the barbarism that defines much of the West today. We have arrived at a point in our society where there's a repetition of the past. People are glorifying 4-footed beasts and all sorts of strange things above and rather instead of the Creator. And this is why you see in the book of Romans that God hands them to a reprobate mind, because instead of acknowledging the Creator as the deity, they acknowledge other things and place their idolatry in things that are created. But the spearhead of this entire movement is Jimmy Kimmel, because a video that has gone viral now on YouTube showcases him sobbing and pontificating about this dentist from Minnesota and excoriating him, even though he says he tries to get away with his false excuse, saying that he does not want to begin a witch hunt. Right. Even though you know that sort of publicity is going to garner you much support because you are Jimmy Kimmel and you are somewhat famous, and you know that now you are figuratively placing this man's head on a pike, no matter what your pretext or justification may be. By the way, I wonder why Jimmy Kimmel was never this outraged when his former girlfriend, Sarah Silverman, undertook and continues to do so the perverse and debauched comedy, that's what she calls it, and activism that defines her existence to this day. This is the same woman whom called aborted babies on Real Time with Bill Maher, quote, goo, end quote. And to further showcase that this is selective outrage from certain media elites and Hollywood types and celebrities and others, Media Research Center released a statistic recently which showcases that the coverage of Cecil the Lion took up between the major networks, ABC, NBC, and CBS, collectively 30 minutes and 1 second. Versus the Planned Parenthood controversy, which is the true controversy and should be brought to light in order to have that group defunded from the taxpayer dole and brought up on criminal charges for what they have been doing for years, with the support of many politicians, mind you. They only covered collectively that controversy for 11 minutes, approximately. Yes. But I have an idea. For these reprobates whom would pontificate to us, whom would sermonize us on how to live, on how to do things, even though they themselves do not live in the way that they advise or counsel or demand that the rest of the populace live, those hypocrites, to those hypocrites I have an outreach plan. If you're so enamored with animals, if you are so enamored, which by the way, this brings, before I get to that, one last point. Many of you Hollywood types are atheists. You have said this publicly. I ask you, if Darwinism teaches, as many of you believe, that it is survival of the fittest, why are you complaining about a dead lion? If we are the most evolved species, the most evolved animal on planet Earth, we are the fittest, are we not? So if we annihilate the entire lion kind, what's it to you? Isn't that part of Darwinism? What are you so outraged about? Isn't this the ideology that you live by? Just a question. But again, back to my idea. to finally get many of these hypocritical Hollywood types to advocate for the ending of the mass genocide of more than 60 million babies that have been annihilated, killed, maimed, murdered since Roe v. Wade, I have an idea. I think that we should begin to present a different imagery. Instead of the first image that I showed you, we should begin to showcase this imagery to maybe have them come to their senses and begin to advocate for the ending of the mass slaughter of the unborn. I call him Kimba the Man-Cub. I don't know. What do you think? Visit our website, redlettersdialogues.com, redlettersdialogues.com. Questions or comments, info@redlettersdialogues.com.